Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. We have a big challenge this weekend versus Iowa. Second Big Ten game, first road game of the year. So excited about going on the road and a challenging environment and playing our best football. So every week we're trying to play our best football. So here's another opportunity to do just that. Any questions?
I was wondering, is there anything you take away from, you guys saw Kade McNamara 2 years ago here. So, I know completely different teams and all that, but just from having faced him before, is there any carryover?
Well, the offenses are different. You can just watch how he throws the ball and those type of things, but the talent around him is different guys, it's just different people. So other than watching his mechanics of throwing and all that, not a whole lot to get out of that, if I'm honest with you. So that's the feeling on that. Yeah, good player.
We just saw you at 7 o'clock Saturday, but what have you learned about that game and your team in the last 41 hours?
So we talked about today, Jack, about the penalties. So went from 11 to 6, okay? So we showed those. Then we talked about the missed opportunities. We had some missed opportunities to make plays, offense, defense, and special teams. Then the last thing, ending positively, we said things we can build on. So things that we did well and we can build on, and that's what we watched today. So we're close. We're very, very close. And I told them after practice today, I really like this team. They just keep moving forward. They were energized today at practice. They were running, guys, not talking about, other things outside of football, just locked in on what we have to do for football-wise.
What were some of those things you saw that you can build on and want to?
Good. So interception, Angelo Gross got an interception. That's something to build on, and that's 2 interceptions in a row, just thinking positively. The week before, Jaden Mangum had an interception. We showed where we were one block away from a huge kickoff return, and it was there. Building on the pass Jerron Glover caught from Noah down the middle, that was an explosive play. They can build on that. He put it on target a lot of times, and we were making plays. So those type of things like that. We had a punt that had great hang time, and we had great coverage. He had the fair catch. So you can build on those type of things. And so our guys see it. We're right there. We're sowing. We keep sowing seeds. It's time for us to reap. We're going to reap here soon.
Hey, Harlon. Excuse me. I have a 2-part question, so bear with me for a second. You talked about after the game, the conversation with the team about being all in and what they said. We were just with JD, and he talked about that. I want to take you back in time a little bit to your '87 team that happened to be, at this time in the season, you guys were 2-2 after a win over Iowa. So do you have any memory of what that experience was like right around that time where you're on the cusp? And secondly, JD talked about how these guys want to really win a game for you, and what does that mean too?
Oh, so first of all, playing up at Iowa in '87, the first thing that comes to my mind thinking about that, I remember us talking about, it was a noon game. It's crazy, I remember all this, a noon game. Because we talked about how the sun came up over the stadium at noon, right around noon. So when the punt happened, we wanted to get the ball to punt it a certain way. I remember all of that, and it could get in the guy's eyes and fumble. So y'all check me on this. We punted the ball to them the direction we wanted at the time it was, and he fumbled, he muffed the ball, and we got the ball. Check me on that. I remember that very vividly. So that's what I remember about going up to Iowa to play my very first time up there playing. Really, really great place to play, great venue. As far as JD saying winning for me, I want us to win for Spartan Nation. We all win for each other, and that's, I appreciate it, but it's not about me, and it never will be. It's not about me. It's about us, and that's how it always will be. Mm-hmm.
Harlon, you've had home cooking here for 4 straight weeks. Can a road trip, especially under the circumstances, galvanize a team at all?
I think so. Not that we're preaching that, but I think so, Fred, because it's all we have is all we got right here. We can come together closer. We flying up, all on bus rides, then getting on the plane together, we're closer longer, if that makes sense. We're together around each other in a more intimate fashion on the road than you are a lot of times when you're at home. And so excited about this trip, this road trip to a very hostile environment. I told them, though, it's still 11 on 11. I mean, the fans are out there, but it's still 11 on, they're not playing. All right, so if you don't get caught up in that, then you're good. I always used to love to play on the road personally. So it should be a lot of fun, and we enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy Big Ten football for what it is. It's a one-time deal, meaning to play it. I know 4 or 5 years you can play, but it's a one-time, lifetime experience of playing college football. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I'm also wondering, the shock of a coach leaving is kind of old news to the players now, isn't it? I mean, do you sense they're still adjusting to new leadership, or is that in the past?
I think it's in the past. You all heard JD up here, I think, earlier today, and you see them. That's how they all are. I mean, they've all accepted what it is for what it is, and have moved on and ready to go out and compete. And that's why I'm excited about this team. I told them today I love this team. I love this team. Guys could have said, I'm shutting it down, I'm done, and we haven't had any of that. And so I said, y'all are true Spartan dogs. That's what I told them today. Y'all keep fighting through, keep pushing, and it's going to turn. This thing is going to turn.
Harlon, you talked about some of the positives from Saturday's game. I was wondering, defensively, specifically in the second half, getting down 21-0, the turnovers that put the defense in a bad situation. I guess more specifically what you saw defensively to build on, and going to Iowa where they had 76 yards, I believe, against Penn State.
I saw a group of guys that started believing that, hey, we do have a good defense. They knew it at one time, but then got a little setback, I think, in their own minds. But as they kept playing on Saturday, they said, hey, we do have a good defense. I kept telling them when they came back from the sideline in the second half, I said, that's defense. That's defense. I just kept saying that. No, that's defense. We playing great defense. First, second down, third down, getting off the field. That's defense. And so they were excited about that, and still want to finish the game. Got to finish, but that is definitely something to build on.
Harlon, over here. Okay. You played all three quarterbacks in the game, and I'm wondering when you looked at the film of those three guys, what did you see, and did what you see impact anything in terms of your plan for this week with those three guys?
No, we're going to stick with how we have it right now with Noah being our quarterback. You see the glaring things, the interceptions, but he put some balls on the money, man, where guys got to make those plays. And I like the nice run. I like him running a little bit, personally. That's just me, all right? But we'll see if that can happen, because he's fast, so he can put pressure on the defense running the football as well. And then Kade came in and did his job and did what we asked him to do, and try to come in and help us. And I thought it was good to get Sam in there and get some minutes and get a feel. So, but right now we're going to be status quo. If that changes, we'll let you guys know.
There's been a lot of conversation about Jordan Hall and his leadership. For a true freshman to be able to step up and lead in that way during this time, what can you say about him and just maybe how he's been such a pivotal force in this?
That's who he is. So he was a 3-time captain at IMG. Just think about that. He was a 3-time captain at IMG. That's where all the stars go, right? And they all play down there. He's a leader. He's a natural-born leader, extremely intelligent. He understands. He cares, and that's what it is. That's what it is for him. That's just who he is as a person, a natural leader, and that doesn't mind speaking up, saying the right things and doing the right things. So we're excited that he's here with us and on our team and playing for us. He did a good job out there as a true freshman playing on Saturday, and so did Chance Rucker as well.
Can I follow up with something real quick with him? I mean, how important is that going to be as you go to a place like Kinnick Stadium to have a player like Jordan Hall?
Very important. It'll be his first time, and that's why I keep saying, I'm going to keep saying it's 11 on 11. It's 11 on 11 because it's going to be a night game up there. They have a great fan base. They do a great job with the crowd noise and all that kind of stuff, and just stay focused on 11 on 11. I think he can, but still it's a first-time experience going there. So you look around a little bit, and then you got to be locked in and focused and go get the job done.
Harlan, Iowa's offense for a couple of years has been struggling to score points. I'm just wondering where you sort of see maybe where some of their issues are, I guess, as far as you can go there. And also, just part of your message or your thinking this week, like, don't let us be the one that lets them heat up, or, do you see them on the cusp of turning a corner or making sure that, we're not the team they turn a corner on type of thing?
I got you. First, I'm never going to tell you what I think their issues are. I don't know. They don't have issues. They're really, really good, right? But no, seriously, Coach Ferentz, who I know from back in Cleveland Brown days, is a great dude, great coach, great offensive line coach, and they pride themselves on running the football. And so we're going to have to be able to, stop the run. This is every week, stop the run, and then also control the passing game. We're going to put together a plan that we hope will allow us to do just that. You know what I mean? So we know they're a tough team, especially at home, and don't pay attention to what you've seen in the past. Each game is a new game and has a life of its own. So we're taking them very, very seriously. The last time we were up there, we got our butts kicked. So we're taking them very, very seriously.
I guess as a coach, when a team's struggling in a certain area, does that sort of perk your ears up, though? Like, maybe it's, hot dog and turn things around, does that become more, I guess, top of mind?
Not necessarily. Because we're focused on ourselves, trying to just play well down after down, series after series. So we're just really about us trying to just play better football consistently, and that's where the focus is. Yeah.
After 2 losses, I guess the natural instinct, I guess, from the outside is to make massive changes, wholesale changes. Sounds like you kind of want to stay the course. Why is that? Why do you want to maintain the status quo, essentially?
Because you see, like I said, the missed ops. You see we're that close. It's not like big old gap where, this guy needs to be out of here. This guy, you see it. You see it on film as you watch the film very closely, and so we're there. We're there. We just have to start making those plays as the games go on and do it consistently. And I like I said, you sow. Eventually, it's the time to reap the harvest. So we're gonna reap the harvest here very, very soon.
Harlan in the back. You've now been the guy everyone's kind of looking at for the past couple of weeks. I guess, do you feel like things have slowed down in your world a little bit, where you're now more in like a normal week-to-week operation at practice, especially?
Yes, I'm getting, exactly right. Getting more comfortable doing this. It is a change. It was a big change, and so just getting comfortable and it's doing it my way. Doing it, being me. I can't be anybody else. I'm only Harlon Barnett, so that's how I have to operate. I'm not trying to operate like anybody else. And in doing so, I think with anything, you have to catch a rhythm. I've said this before, and just like you back there doing the camera, whatever, you have to catch a rhythm how to do this, and you catch that. Once you catch that rhythm of it, then you know how to flow with it, and everything goes smooth from there, in my opinion.
In that regard, Harlan, how much are you enjoying this? It's not a loaded question. You don't enjoy losing, but you've waited for this for a long time. How much do you enjoy coming to work and trying to get this thing right?
I love it. I love it. And it's at alma mater, and I love this place. I said that before, and anybody knows me knows that. So I'm loving it, Fred. We just got to get in and get some W's. But that's the focus, and that's the goal, to get it done and help these guys keep getting better and better and better. So, but I'm loving it. I really am.
It's 2 things. You said Saturday that you hadn't had a chance to really see what happened on the fake punt, and then you had a shank punt, and you got to win special teams in a situation. What happened on that fake punt?
We had a guy that ran too far up the field. He's supposed to set it down, okay, and then the guy would have punted the ball. He saw that we were up the field. The guy gets pushed up the field that had that contained, and he took off for the run. So we had it. We saw it. It was planned. Guy, just discipline. So that was a discipline thing.
Your first year here was Phil's senior season for George. What is it about his defense that allows them to be as perplexing to offenses, and how do they intercept so many passes in that zone?
Well, that's pretty much all they do. So when it's all you do, you can lock in on people because you know all the adjustments. There's a saying I say, sometimes a coach can be having this defense or offense for that matter, but a defense learning defense as opposed to defending offense. So they're defending offense because they know the defense by the back of their hand. So they're steady defending offense. They looking for different things. Certain formations mean this. Certain things, the quarterback doing this, or a certain lineman. They're looking for all that because the defense is like, hey, we doing what we do for the most part. And so I think that's what has made them very successful consistently throughout the years.
Harlon, I was wondering if you think, if you anticipate getting any guys back and being healthier this Saturday, whether it's Chuck or Chris or Jacoby or your two backup running backs or your other Mangum who was injured on Saturday. Any of those guys you anticipate?
Day to day. But we should be getting some guys back, hopefully.
Harlon, you just mentioned it, doing it your way. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Some of the notable changes, notable differences?
Notable changes and differences. Well, doing it my way is not so I mean just being who I am when I said that initially about doing it my way. I don't think, come in and just change up everything. We're in the midst of the season. So a lot of it I tried to keep as normal as possible. But I mentioned this before, like we pray after practice now. We used to do that with Coach D, so that's something that we do differently. We dress every player on home games. That's something that's a little different. We moved. So this past Friday, we moved chapel to Saturday mornings as opposed to Friday nights, and we used to do it on Saturdays of the game before. So I like that. But I also installed what we call team bonding on Friday evenings after dinner. Just like, and have a speaker come in, and we had a speaker come in this week, and he did a great job, and we'll have somebody else come in and speak this week. So you get a combination of a Friday, Saturday deal. But that's just some of the things that I've done, but nothing too crazy where they feel like, what's going on? Where I changed the schedule up too much.
Harlon, wondering why was Chance the guy that you guys went with in that spot, and how do you think he went, or how do you grade out in your evaluation of him in that first game?
Absolutely. So he was the guy, believe it or not, he was the guy going into the first game. Coach Salgado felt that good about him, and he's a talented young man. He ended up getting hurt the week of that first game, so it didn't work out for him to be the guy in there as the first guy. And then we just, after some injuries last week, we said, we're going with him. Let's go. Put him out there, and he did a good job. So now he just keep playing like that. Confidence grows, and he'll just keep getting better and better and better. But he's a really good football player, very talented, long, can run. He has to get a little bit stronger, but that'll come. And when he does, watch out. Well, like you said, the here and now is what we have to deal with. We're doing our best at, because if we handle here and now, that's going to help the future, obviously, right? So we have to just handle here and now and focus on that. As far as the future is concerned, when I hear you say future, I'm thinking recruiting, and you have to also balance that as well by continuing to let them know that guys are working hard. We're going to eventually make this thing happen, and then they'll feel comfortable, I think, with us getting on a roll and winning games and things like that. So that's when I think future. That's what I'm thinking. Other than that, it's all focused on the here and now.
I would even choice the personnel, though, and maybe get some guys as well that you may want to see, obviously 2-3 years down the road.
I got you. Whoever can help us win, that's what we're going to use. We're going to use whoever can help us win ball games. So everybody is wide open to being able to play, and that's the mindset.
Any questions for Coach?
All right. Thank you, guys.
We're bringing Montour Foster Jr. here in just a minute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.